Howdy Ranger Danger fans, it's Michael, just me again, no Matt today, and I'm here with a brand new YouTube exclusive episode where I'm going to be reviewing Chroma Squad. So, let's get to it. Chroma Squad is a turn-based tactical RPG about a bunch of actors forming their own Sentai TV studio. It was kickstarted by a Brazilian company called Behold Studios in August 2013. You might have played their previous game, Knights of Pen and Paper. It raised nearly $100,000 from 4,000 backers. You might have heard of it because of the legal trouble that they got into with Saban over the Power Rangers IP. As a result of that, it's been released with a new tagline, inspired by Saban's Power Rangers, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Anyway, it came out last week, I've been playing it all weekend, and here are some thoughts. So I'm not that far in yet, and I don't want to spoil the story, but the basic idea is that the 5 star actors of a Sentai show are sick of working with their controlling, greedy director. So, with the assistance of a brain in a tube named Cerebro, they strike out on their own, forming their own studio and figuring out how to make their own show. There's really 2 halves to the game. The first half is a pretty standard tactical RPG. If you're not familiar with the format, you've got a team of heroes on an isometric grid. You're facing a team of enemies. Each turn you can move, attack, or use a number of different special abilities with each of your heroes. Some of them have got super strong weapons attacks, or long-range attacks, stuns, or healing. After your turn, all the enemies get to do their own thing, and then that repeats until someone's won. This game's also got a teamwork mechanic. Any of your heroes can end their turn with a button that says teamwork. That means the other heroes can bounce off them to catapult across the screen, or they can buddy up for a 1-2 punch. The game's broken up into episodes, which are literally episodes that you're filming of your show. And yes, you can name your show. Mine follows the exploits of the Danger Rangers for, I think, obvious reasons. Generally, the goal is to win all the fights and progress through the story. You'll fight enemies like the Boxing Box, Fat Alien, and the Transitmancer, all of whom feel like completely plausible Power Rangers monsters. You've also got more specific goals for each episode. They might be things like, don't let your heroes drop below 50% health, or defeat the boss with a teamwork attack. Doing these goals gets you audience points, which are converted to fans and money at the end of each episode. Your ultimate aim is to amass a colossal fan base, become the biggest Sentai show on the market, and take over the world. Metaphorically, you're trying to stop people from doing it literally. That's where the other half of the game comes in, and I think really that's where Chroma Squad comes into its own and really starts to shine. If you're a fan of the podcast, or if you've talked about Power Rangers, it's not uncommon to hear a lot of discussion about how I'd run Power Rangers if I was in charge. This game is your chance to do that. You can choose from a short list of actors from each role and name each part. I've gone for Ranger Danger guest hosts for my theme, but there's no reason you couldn't name them as actual characters. There's a whole range of colours to pick from, and you can assign them to whatever role in the team you want. You want to put a yellow in charge, make the male pink a techie, and a female red who's a bruiser? No problem. Your team is called Chroma Squad by default, but you don't have to stick to it. You can customise your team's name, the name of their mecha, even what they say when they transform. It's all the stuff you've wanted to do since you were 7 in one game. You can also upgrade your studio. You buy better lights and health insurance to give your team a better time on the job. There's a shop where you can buy new weapons and outfits. There's also a surprisingly complex crafting system using items that drop during fights. I'm talking things like Play-Doh and duct tape, which you can merge into new armor and new weapons. You can choose how you market your show, pick an ad agency like Your Friend Dave or the Mad Folks. Tap into your fan power to give you bonus audience members. You'll also get and respond to fan mail. Send the right letter back and you might just unlock a cool new weapon or someone you can work with. Honestly, this part of the game is nearly a fully fledged game on its own. You can spend hours just setting up the perfect conditions for gear and buying the right improvements to your studio. Oh, and there is one more thing. I don't want to spoil it for you, so all I'm going to say is this. It wouldn't be Sentai without giant robot fights. Look, Chroma Squad's not my ideal Power Rangers game. My tastes lie a little further away from the 8-bit and the turn-based. I'm an action game guy. That said, I love this game already. I really do. It's really obvious that everybody in the team at Behold Studios are all Sentai fans, and really deep, proper Sentai fans. And the game plays as a love letter to the entire genre. It's packed full of Easter eggs for both Power Rangers and Super Sentai. There's 5 seasons, each with a bunch of individual episodes in them. Between that and all the other management stuff, there's plenty of content. The devs estimate around 10 to 12 hours for your first playthrough, but there's multiple endings and 3 difficulty levels, so you're going to be running through it at least a couple of times. Behold Studios are also talking about the possibility of a mission editor, which was a Kickstarter stretch goal that they didn't get to, but you know, if they manage to set that up and pull that off, there'll be more content than you know what to do with. Look, it's only $15 on Steam. It's pretty tough to imagine a person who'd be a fan of our podcast and also wouldn't love this game as much as I do. You know, it's not perfect. There's a couple of language typos and, sometimes it's little things stick on the screen, but it's minor bugs, really it is. And the team at Behold seem to be pretty dedicated to polishing it up and finishing it off. I wholeheartedly am recommending Chroma Squad. I'm going to try and get Matt on it as soon as possible, although he's incredibly busy, so we'll see. And if they manage to get a multiplayer component out, you'll be sure we'll have a review of that later. But at the moment, don't walk, run to get this game. I mean, you don't have to run, it's on your computer, but you know what I mean. It's excellent, it really is. Congratulations to everyone at Behold. You've done a fantastic job. And I look forward to spending the next 3 weeks of my life doing nothing but playing this game. That's basically it, I think, to be honest. Next Saturday, we'll have another episode of the podcast. I don't actually know which episode it will be because I forgot to open that, but I'm sure it'll be a great one. Other than that, have a great week. Go get this game. There's a link in the show notes, or there might be a button on screen right now that you can click, because we live in the future. That's it from me. Have a great couple of days, and we'll see you on Saturday. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.